Okay, my friends, this is the problem with Soundly's video on Lake Pontchartrain transmission towers, where he's trying to prove that the Earth is shaped like a ball. This is I-10 right here, and you can see I-10 is like 15 to 20 feet above the surface of the lake. So the position of the camera is a little bit higher than that, so it's like 20 feet above the lake. So the photographs are taken, the video is taken 20 feet above the entire lake. Just keep that in mind as you look at this. These are the first three towers, and the video and the photos concentrate past these three towers. This is like the last junction tower. You got lines going this way and lines going the opposite direction. So we're 15 to 20 feet above the lake. So let's take a look at the actual photograph. So here we are, and as you can see with this red line that we're touching these bottom towers, and we're touching the towers at the top, right at the horizon. And he's trying to indicate that this is a curve right here. So what he's indicating is that even though he's above the lake by 15 to 20 feet, the lake is rising up like a ball. So what is this, 5 miles? There's like 29 towers to the horizon. They're 950 feet apart. That's a little over 5 miles, 5.2 miles, something like that. So he's indicating we got a curve right off the bat. We got a curve, of what? We go like 5 or 6 towers, a mile or so, mile and a half, 2 miles, and we got a curve already. Well, the problem is that when you look at the horizon, which covers, I'm sure, more distance than this camera's covering, zoomed in. This is more distance on the horizon there, and there's no curve there. It's just going downhill. It's higher on this side than it is on that side. This bottom red line is on the horizon. The top red line is a straight line done in Adobe Illustrator. So the horizon is at a slant here because the camera was at a slant. So even though he's got some kind of illusion here from compressed perspective, indicating that that's a curve, but there's no curve on the horizon going this way, so you're going to tell me we got a vertical curve, a linear curve looking ahead, but no horizontal curve across. That tells you right there that this whole thing is an illusion. It's not real. There's no real curve there. It's just compressed perspective. If you look at the distance between each one of these towers, which is 950 feet, so if you go from one tower to the next tower, you add in perspective, then it jumps. The perspective jumps from 950 feet. You got, like in this photo or this video, it looks like the towers are 4 or 5 inches apart. So you take 4 or 5 inches, which is actually represents 950 feet, and so the bottom of this tower to the next tower is 950 feet. And when you add in the perspective, that makes this tower smaller than this tower. And if you continue to do that, where you jump and they get smaller, each one, it creates the illusion of a curve. Whereas when you go back here beyond the horizon, where the towers are so condensed that it's just a solid mass of towers, they're straight. They go straight down. That's just perspective. And you can see it's condensed perspective. If you were to zoom back out, this line would not be so radically down. It would be more elongated in a different angle. It would be more like a 30-degree angle instead of a 60-degree angle. The bottom line is that you see all of this compressed perspective giving you the illusion of a curve, but yet the horizon has no curve at all. So we're supposed to believe that Lake Pontchartrain over a 5-mile distance is raising up like a ball, and we're seeing a ball. But the horizon horizontally has no curve at all. So we got to see both curves. You know, if it's shaped like a sphere and you're at the top of the sphere, you're going to see a vertical curve and a horizontal curve, and we don't see that here. What we see is compressed perspective, and that's the problem with soundly trying to indicate, oh, this is the curve of the earth. It's natural. It's the model. No, it's not. It's compressed perspective. There is no curve. If there was a curve here, vertical curve, a linear curve, indicated by these towers, then you would also see the same curve horizontally, and you don't. So I'm sorry. That's not what it is. And here we have another picture of one of Soundly's videos. And again, you can see, this was before he had his P900, I believe, and he indicated in this particular video and photograph that you could see the curve, whereas you see this imaginary curve beyond the horizon. So if Lake Pontchartrain is curving right here, where's the curve here? There's no horizontal curve. Again, if the earth is a sphere and you're standing at the top of it and you observe a linear vertical curve, you should also observe a horizontal curve. So this photograph, if the earth was curving, you would see a curve both horizontally and vertically, and you don't. So I'm sorry, my friends. There is no curve on Lake Pontchartrain.